How's everybody doing? My name is Kurt Friedrich, and welcome to episode 35 of TNT Stocks. Today's actual date is November 23rd, 2025, and the simulated date is November 1st of 2027. This week was another, since last episode was another rocky week in our portfolio. Some good, some bad. So mostly good, but so with that being said, let's get through the criteria and disclaimer and unpack the portfolio slides. So criteria, we do one video per week. We'll simulate 1 month. I'll create videos when available at home, not while traveling on Army Reserve duty or vacations. Any week with a missed video will not be considered a simulated month. Each video will simulate loading $100 to the TNT Stocks account. All stocks bought in the simulation are actual companies with their actual end-of-week closing stock prices. Stocks can be sold between episodes at certain prices per personal strategies. This month we bought 3 stocks at the price range of $5 to $100, spending capped at $270, which is now the highest spending cap that we've seen so far. Hint, hint, we sold some stuff since the last episode. So let us see what $100 per video will look like over time. Disclaimer, these videos are for entertainment purposes only. I am not qualified or certified to give professional investment advice. Day trading has high risks involved. Any gain or loss is at a personal risk. Past performances do not guarantee success in future stock purchases. It is highly recommended that you do your own due diligence when it comes to deciding which stock you will purchase. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the portfolio. You see a whole lot of different colors here. Again, as I've said in all the past many videos, I split the portfolio line items up into 2 different slides. Because if I put them all on one, I think it'll be all congested, hard to read. Because there's a lot of different, lots of information here on this one slide. But basically, starting from the top, you'll see AGL is highlighted red as our highest money loser. AGL was one of the ones that was kind of roller coaster since the last episode. I watched it drop. Really haven't been, I'll be honest with you, I haven't really been paying attention to AGL except when it comes time to doing these videos. But as it's being more and more of an eyesore for me, I've been kind of watching a little bit more here and there to prepare to speak on it for these videos. If I remember correctly, it dropped down as low as 50% or 50 cents per share. And I was thinking, man, this is this guy is just really wanted to take a dive. And then I believe it was Friday, out of all the stocks that I follow, it had the highest percentage gain. And then over the Thursday and Friday, it jumped all the way back up to 62 cents, which I think the last episode was 60 cents. So really, since last week or since last episode, it's only gained 2 cents per share. But with it, I'll take any gain as I can get. As you see, its overall percentage loss is right at 90%. So again, this is per an older strategy that I was using, and the platform that I use to buy and sell stocks. I know if I purchase below $2, it charges 10% at 10% amount on what I purchase. I don't know about selling. I haven't sold under $2. I'm not going to attempt it, but I'm going to move forward as though that is the case. So we're waiting for this to rise above $2 per share. Will it ever? I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But in the meantime, it continues to be an eyesore, and I don't like that the oldest line item on our portfolio is also the highest money loser. Moving forward, you see SEM. We sold this stock at 2 shares at $12.74 and took a loss of $3.04. There was nothing really serious going on with this one other than my overall the companies that I follow overall, it just was not performing. In fact, I just completely cut it off the of all the companies that I watch. Yeah, it just got cut off. Not saying it won't come back again, but performance-wise, it yeah fell off the list. So when it fell off the list, it sold off of our portfolio. XGN, glad to say that this one sold 11 shares at $8.55, and we made $17 off of it. NC, NACCO Industries Incorporated, one share at $47.42, made $7.61 off that line item. Again, another line item with NC, three shares, again at $47.42, made about $16 on that line item. ITRN, we sold that one share at $36.70, made a whole 79 cents on that line item. Continue with what we sold. DK, 6 shares at $37.53 and made a whole 78 cents on that line item. So we got a little bit ahead on just moving down the line. So GH, Guardant Health Incorporated, still continues to be our top money maker with 3 shares at $105.42 per share. Our overall gain is $99.81. So if we sold that on Monday morning at opening, that's what our take home would be off of GH. So when we started this, bought that one here a few weeks ago, well, as we're filming this, right at a month ago. So not bad not a bad pickup on that one. I want to see it continue to grow. If we do sell it, I'll be honest with you, right as of right now, if we were to sell it, it would have to drop down a lot more than what it is now, and we wouldn't make $100 on it. But hopefully it will continue to grow, and then by the time it is kind of starting to move in the other direction, moving down, and when that time comes, we are selling it at around $100, or making $100 on it. But overall, you see an overall percentage gain of 46%, which is really good over the past month. So pretty cool to see. All right, moving on to the next slide. Here you see not a whole bunch of selling, just another line item. DK sold 4 shares at $37.53. This line item we lost $15.60 on it. And then of course we bought some more CMRE, 18 shares at $14.57. TK Corporation Ltd, 26 shares at $10.23, and AT&T Incorporated, 10 shares at $25.93. Again, all three of those are companies that we've actually bought recently. Per my purchasing strategy that I use not only on this simulation, but even my other simulations of my own, the companies that I follow, basically I run an algorithm, and if they beat the algorithm to be qualified for purchasing, then they're the ones that I choose, that I say are available to purchase some of the shares. I'm looking at maybe changing that algorithm a little bit, because even on my own portfolios and the other simulation, I'm seeing the trend where I'm continuing buying some of the same companies over and over again. Not necessarily a bad thing, but it just kind of gets a little redundant, I think. So for trying to keep things a little bit more concise, I'd rather have not the same company on multiple line items. So yeah, something I'm looking at. But either way, I think there's going to be some other companies between now and the next episode that become that make the list as companies that to buy. So either way, these are the ones that we purchased in this episode. And again, as I said in the beginning of the criteria, I think it was $270 was our spending cap, which is the most we've ever spent on any company. So It'll be interesting to see what these guys do over the next few weeks. This is where I feel like, yeah, we're still we are beginning to play with larger amounts of money. I kind of alluded to it in the last episode where when we started off, our spending cap was like $40. And now here we are at a spending cap of like $270. So cool to see. Glad we're starting to get that much money in our line items, which only means that much more money we'll be making off our line items. So we'll be sending GH run for their money to be the top money maker. All right, driving on, you see we have overall in our portfolio before we moved the line items that we sold was 177 shares. In our overall gain loss, if we sold everything on Monday at closing, would be $249 as a gain. Which brings us to our next slide. And as if you saw the on the thumbnail, we just squeaked in a new record. Our previous record was $248.96. We are now $249.87. So nice little comeback after losing our streak being broken. Glad to see that it did break the new record, and we'll probably drop a little bit on the next episode depending on how well the market does after we move some of those line items that had some of the gains on it. But either way, it's cool to see that it's still working on breaking the records. It'd be nice to get past that $250 threshold. We came 13 cents shy in this episode, but hey, maybe the next episode we'll break the $250 barrier. Income, you see now over the past few episodes, this one is really trying to stay on the right side of the line of being on the positive side. With the shares that we sold, we did have an overall gain and brought us up to about $23 as our overall income altogether between what we've been purchasing, selling as we've been moving along. This, of course, this is the one that I really want to see moving up high. You see, we did have that back in about a year ago. We had that big jump, and over the past year, it just kind of came down and struggled. So I would say 2027 was a struggle on this slide, but I think maybe as we start getting close to closing out 2027, 2028, we'll show some good stuff. Our take home took a jump. We went from about 164 up to 186. So yeah, took home about $22 into our pocket. So that's cool to see a little bit more movement on this one. This slide will always move, either stay flat or move in the upward direction. And as you saw on the line items of our portfolio, we got a lot there that are just waiting to be sold and waiting to show some take home funds when we sell those line items. So cool to see. I'd like to see another one of those big jumps like we saw a year ago. It's just a matter of time before it happens. And again, with some of those big purchases of those line items, it's just a matter of time before one of those takes off and brings us home a good chunk of change. Here's what we have invested overall. This slide just illustrates what we have, the shares that we have in what we purchased in that. So right now we're hovering just underneath $2,800 of what we have totally purchased and invested in our portfolio. Again, this slide should always kind of be moving in the upward direction. Sometimes it dips down a little bit, but it just depends on what we've been have we met what we purchased that cap in, and there's just other variables that drive this slide, but always should be trending in the upward direction. And then our overall total, you see it's pretty much just been a straight line. As we move forward, I do expect to see it curve up. I kind of expect to see it curve up by now, but just hasn't done it. But overall, this is really what we have in our portfolio, and just a little bit above $3,300 for total. So if we sold everything that we have right now, that's what we'd be looking at, is $3,300. And then here we have our first combined slide. I call this our spaghetti slide because everything was kind of mixing together. You're starting to see over the past several months, some separation between some of the graphs, the over/under income and take home. Of course, you know, the over/under and the income, or the over/under and take home still moving up. Definitely like to see the income catch back up to the rest of them. Just a matter of time before it does. And then the second combined of both the invested and the total. These two typically run parallel to each other, but as you see, they kind of separate a little bit, which is normal. After you purchase some stuff, you want them to grow, and that would cause the total amount to grow more than what's invested. So that's that's a good sign. It kind of shows some of the health of our portfolio overall. All right, now here we see the portfolio all together. So after we removed the line items of what we sold, we now have 149 shares in our portfolio. And if we sold everything on Monday morning at opening, we would have $225 engaged. And I mainly want to illustrate some of the things that really keeping this number low is, again, this AGL. Whenever that goes, this number will really take off. I mean, that's public math, about $75 right there. So we let those go, and we could easily be really close to breaking the $300 threshold. But overall, you see good numbers here. The next three, 40%, 27%, 73%, another 29, a 25, a 46. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 line items that are above 25% out of everything we're looking here. It's some of the more recent stuff that we purchased since about a month ago. I mean, 1, 2, 3 of them that are over 10%. So that's really good. I'd say since 24, things have been really moving in the right direction, and overall, since I changed my strategy up in July, after I changed my strategy up back in July, so that's when I changed the strategy. I'd say overall the portfolio has been doing pretty well, and yeah, it'll be interesting to see as we close out 2027 what 2028 looks like. So anyhow, I hope you all enjoyed watching this, and I hope you all get some useful information out of it. If you purchase any of these stocks that are high percentage, I hope you all are benefiting from purchasing those shares, those stocks, and those companies. And so with that being said, good stock hunting. Don't forget to comment, rate, share, and subscribe. And until the next video, take it easy.